workout, kitty.
That Maggie.
Still reeling after the events at the security checkpoint and the perceived loss of yet another long-lost family member, have descended on the surface of the destroyed planet, formulating their plans of rescue for the enslaved Wookiees, forced to break down the wreckage on the war-torn city planet. The team has split up into two groups, Kier, Ain, Tio-1T in one, Plo, Gonzoro, and Fossa in the other, as they prepare to explore the depths of the Empire's breakdown operation in search of freedom.
So Adam, Alex, and I, and then you, Jason, Tio-1T. So you're
so Kier rolled highest with a 23, so he's going first. Immediately after separating into the groups, he just glances back at Tio-1T and Ain and starts walking towards the body that had fallen from the security checkpoint.
Yep, going for the crystal. Jackass.
Yeah, you're the biggest body in the Mike. I don't want to hear
You're
it.
a fucking asshole. Have fun.
He won't be there till the end of his next turn.
What do you guys want to do?
It's not your turn yet.
Ain, it's you.
Well, I'm a bit peeved, quite frankly.
You're royally pissed.
Free some Wookiees, goddammit.
But, man, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll roll perception. See what's going on around here. He's considering. What am I at? 17.
And so you watch as you look towards the fallen Inquisitor and watch as Kier walks off. You have a strange feeling, and as you look over there, it seems like you see movement on the ground. You're like, no, there's no way anyone could survive that fall. And as you continue to look around, you see towards the other side of the landing platform, or the landing area that you're in now, you see the other ship that had previously come down, and the inhabitant of that, or the owner, or what you believe is the owner of that ship, had exited. And it looks like they're engaged in a conversation with a few of the stormtroopers, or what you think are stormtroopers, but they are wearing a little bit different armor.
Oh, poet. Okay, I am mad at Kier that he's essentially looting a body, but I would like to just motion to Tio-1T and ask him to go along just in case. I want to say, hey, we don't know what's going on here, and he doesn't have a lot of skill in weaponry. Why don't you go with him? I'll just stay here until he gets what he wants.
All right, so Tio-1T walks back, or is now also walking behind Kier, probably a few paces off of him.
Cool.
All right, and Gonzoro.
Perception check. Looks like I get a 10.
Don't have a perception mod.
I know, I don't have them. Oh, no, I do. 1. So I have 11.
Okay, so as you, in the process, the closer you've descended to, as you continue to descend to the city, and now you have exited the ship, you just have become more and more blinded with fury of just the outrage of how you were treated on the landing platform, and now just hearing the cries of your fellow Wookiees as they have been whipped into shape, if you will, and you're just ready to see them freed.
Can I gesture towards the Wookiees on the planet and express my anger?
pretty far away, and you don't want to.
Yeah, we're in the ship. We don't want to bring too much attention.
You don't want to draw attention to yourself. Yeah.
Just the people on the ship. I just want to express
We're off
my
the ship
disappointment.
now.
We're off the ship, like at the kind of everyone's kind of huddled in the like at the end of the
The ramp.
ramp.
Can I like inquire a plan or something like that? Like, I can't really.
Well, you guys are
remember.
already sectioned off, so
Oh, okay. We've broken off.
yeah.
So I would like to make a movement towards the closest, like, caged Wookiee.
Hold on, we made a plan before this, right?
Yeah.
Can someone just remind me real quick what the plan was?
The three of you
three
guys.
are together. The
Oh,
three
we're
of
breaking
you
off.
are
I
together.
thought we were like breaking off into two groups.
We are.
So Adam, me, and Alex, and then you, Jace, and the
T1T.
robot.
I remember us breaking off into groups, but what was the
We didn't have a plan. Nobody wanted to make a plan.
No. We were gonna release the Wookiees.
I wanted to.
I
Okay.
did too.
Yeah, we were gonna release the Wookiees and then have a big rebellion.
Okay.
I mean, the original plan was to put Gunzuro in there as an insider and then break everybody out.
Yeah, which would take like a
He
fucking
didn't want
year.
to do that because
no.
of his fuzzy handcuffs.
So
You guys are with him though. You
can we
convinced him.
now? Hey! In my group, can we find a way to like get to the nearest Wookiee?
It's okay. I'm done. It's not plugged in.
I know. Plug it in.
Flo, Fasa, trying to get to the nearest Wookiee. Are you on?
Yeah, sorry, I'm good with that. I was chasing George away from Maggie's here.
I need help. Like I can sense a Wookiee. I maybe.
You have the Force? The Wookiee Force?
Here's the Wookiee Force.
Hear it. He's not able to tell what's going on very well.
Yeah, I don't think.
Plagued by terrible rolls and a already low perception. But it sounds like, all right, so you guys are generally under the understanding of that. You probably need someone that can tell what's going on a little bit better to be the guide and not have you be the guide.
I will be the muscle. I can't do anything else really.
Nope.
All right.
Pass.
Plo.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll perception.
All right.
I got a 25.
Whew.
Yeah, my perception's a plus 11, Mike. So
So as you're just taking stock of the area and you're generally just kind of trying to gather a full view of what it is that's going on.
Yep.
You're kind of seeing exactly what the other group is doing, and you just kind of roll your eyes in your helmet or you're in your mask just about like, oh my God, like of course this jackass is going to loot this body. Like he literally can't help himself. So you're kind of like you're guessing that Aang is probably going to just hang out there and like who knows what she's gonna be able to do on her own. But again, as you look over towards that other ship, you see the light-skinned, white-haired being that's over there, kind of conversing with the other people there. It looks like there's something. They're just having some sort of conversation over there, and as you kind of look on at what's happening, there's a general smattering of these white suited or these white armored that have like a electricity staff sort of thing that's just kind of like smacking them to keep them in line.
A toothpick dude.
But there's not really that much order. Just kind of like some overseers and then probably an officer or two as far as what you can tell across this fairly wide span of what people are or just people just gathering large piles of metal and ore.
okay.
Help them out, man.
Did you want to do anything now that you have that information?
Did I see where the nearest? So you said they're getting whacked by the stormtroopers. How close is the nearest Wookiee? And like, so they're not in cages that we can see so far. They're just like gathering the ore.
Yeah, there's no, you don't see any cages from what you can tell. There's just so you suspect there's a holding area in a different spot, but
Yeah,
they're
I think we should
kind of like chained up
we should
by.
try to be smart about this and like not start anything here and try to make our way towards where the encampment is. Because if we can get a bunch of Wookiees on our side, then that'll help our odds instead of like trying to force the scuffle out here when we're outnumbered.
Mhm.
So I think I just like start walking nonchalantly through, just away from the docking bay and towards the middle of the planet.
Right. Fasa?
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna follow.
Flow.
Plo, that's right. I'm gonna follow Plo, and I want to use the Force in order to sense my surroundings, which is sort of like a perception check. Okay, so it says as a swift action, you can make a DC 15 use the Force check to ignore the effects of cover and concealment when making perception checks to detect or observe targets until the start of your next turn. You increase the DC by 5 if this ability is used against targets with total cover.
Okay.
And using that, can I be like checking around like corners and stuff to make sure that there isn't anything hidden?
There's not really that much hidden. I mean, from what Plo has already gathered, it's a pretty open area. Like think just this wide open area where these just decimated buildings, and they're using the Wookiees to take out the shells and the framing of these buildings for metal that can be reused. So the only cover would be some of the, like if there's something inside some of these downed buildings, or like Wookiees that might be going into the buildings to extract things.
Okay. Then as I follow Plo, I'd like to do perception check, sort of just to see what's so special about these dang buildings.
Okay.
I mean, usually when you do mining operations, you do it in the ground, not in man-made.
Well, they're
Not really
taking
Well,
this
it's
whole
a
this whole
lost city,
planet
so
used to
yeah,
be a
they're
city
just
state.
scrapping the metal essentially. It's just scrapping.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I guess my perception check will be to see any immediate targets or anything that's immediately dangerous to us.
Nice.
I mean, I really hope I can start rolling above a 10. That's
You're
gonna
saving
be
it. You're saving it for the important rolls, Alex.
yeah.
You
Let's
just get
let's
low
go with
rolls
that.
last week.
Because that's how probability works.
That's gonna go 8. They're gonna be an 18. An 18 perception. Hello? Did you hear me?
18 perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are you looking at, something specifically, or trying to gain more information about something that Plo hasn't already gathered?
Gaining information about like if there's going to be any immediate danger to our further sortie into this territory.
So it looks like, from what you can tell, the troopers aren't armed with blasters or anything. It's all physical weaponry. The officers do appear that they have, from what you can tell, some sort of ranged weapon, but it's difficult to tell at the distance that you're at. But the biggest threat that you have is more of just that you don't necessarily know. The markings are different on these troopers, and you don't know what that means.
All right, cool.
Good.
I'm following Plo. Yep.
All right, unknown. You are over right now speaking with a small group of troopers as you have boarded off, or as you have gotten off of your ship.
Ooh.
Unknown.
Oh no.
I begin walking towards the lurkers
Just said that.
into the camp, and I am going to use a force point for telepathy into the one really starting to poke around through the camp, and he hears a voice that just says, "Excuse me,
Chloe, this is to you.
really, really rather you don't walk any further until I get there. You see, you're already causing quite a stir with your fumbling. Just remain still."
We didn't do fumbling. We didn't do anything. We got cleared by the security upstairs. They told us to come down to the planet.
You're
just
reacting
following
like
orders.
this is a conversation. This is happening in your mind, and you
Yeah,
have
are you speaking out
I'm
loud?
speaking
Fuck
in
off,
my
man.
mind, yeah.
Christ.
If someone's in my mind, I'm going to speak back to them.
okay.
Well, do you then?
I already have like 9 other voices in my head. I mean, this is just one.
It was really It was really just a funny return, and not like
No, I missed the part where it said it was in my head.
Okay.
So that
it was
makes
in
more
your
sense.
head.
Okay.
Are you continuing with
Also-
the same reaction? Sorry.
No, I'm freaked out. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I just
Well, I'm freaking the fuck out.
So Plo stops and kind of looks around, trying to look for someone that's uttering this voice. Unknown, are you also walking over to this other ship?
Yes.
All right, so you've stopped the conversation with the troopers, and they've kind of just meandered away. It was more of just like small talk, just checking in sort of thing. And you're starting to walk over towards the other group, and you'll be there at the end of your next turn.
Yep.
All right, so Kier still walking. He kind of looks back at the droid following him and shakes his head and just keeps walking. He doesn't really care. He doesn't sense it as a threat or anything like that. He just has his goal in mind, and he knows what he wants. So he keeps walking. Ain, we are back to you.
Okay. Well, I'm still just kind of chilling out at the bay of the ship. I would just like to draw my pistol just in case I don't sense immediate danger. I don't think I know how far away everybody is. Let me do another perception check.
All right. Are you looking at anything specifically?
Yeah, I did see that, like the who I think is stormtroopers. I'm not certain. I would like to look in that direction, and just kind of figure out what's going on over there. So I have a perception 18.
So you're looking more at the troopers, just kind of trying to focus on them.
Yes.
So as you kind of squint at them because you're at a bit of a distance, but as you look towards them, you can see some blue markings on their helmets, and they have some paint on the shoulder, but it doesn't look like the symbol of the Empire. So you are a little bit confused who these troopers are. And can you roll knowledge real quick?
Yes. 19.
So you're in a little bit of disbelief just based on the information that you already know, but you suspect that it's a possibility that they're actually clone troopers, some of the retired ex-clone troopers, or they're still clones, but they might be clone troopers from the Clone Wars that had just been left over and are now being utilized for something else.
Interesting. Okay, I would just like to check in. I mean, I'm pretty much just waiting for Kier to get back, but would like to check in on the comms. Just Check, check. Hey, can everybody hear me? Are we all good?
No.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Apparently it's not because there's no reaction from
Yeah,
anyone.
nobody's answering.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, I
Hello?
hear you. I say this is on. Someone's in my head. I don't know what's going on. Please come help.
That sounds like a you problem.
Help me.
Mike,
Oh,
are you
how about you
hydrating?
go get some thistle?
Are you
Huh?
hydrating right now, Mike? I'm proud of you.
He's hydrating.
That's
He's got
smart.
his electrolytes.
Oh, you're so smart. Look at you, Mike.
T1T, does T1T have a comm as well?
It's a built-in comm, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, well, yeah, I'm just chilling, basically waiting for Q to get back. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed.
Royally
Let it be known.
Yep. All right, Gonzoro.
I mean, I guess I'll chill.
So you
Can
were-
I train
Flo has
right
left.
now? Like, okay, perception check.
All right.
You're outside of the ship.
I know. Gotta figure out what's going on with me. Also 17.
Wow.
Ooh,
Look at you go.
Yeah,
that's a power roll for Mike.
Yeah, I know.
So you're down there and you've calmed down a little bit now that you're just breathing a little bit. And just because there's no cages visible in sight, you had some expectations of what you might see when you get down there. And it didn't really meet your expectations. Not that it exceeded it to say, but you feel like as far as some of the slaving, as far as some of the slavery that you've heard about from the Wookiees, this doesn't seem like it's as bad as you might have expected. So you're ready to see if you can find where it is that because you know that there's got to be a
Do
place.
I see any hint of where to go when trying to free a Wookiee slave? Like,
Well, they're not in cages. That's, I think, the point.
Well, so you don't know right now where there's clearly some holding area, as Fasa has alluded to, but you don't exactly know where that's at. You can just tell that as of right now, they're sort of all chained up by the ankles that are.
That's what we're trying to find.
Yeah.
The encampment.
yeah. I'd like to hold. I'm just gonna kind of wait until.
Well, Mike,
I'm
I mean,
a doer than a planner.
yeah, that's fair, but you got to be careful because a Wookiee without chains, with no like stormtroopers around them, that's gonna be very
I
suspicious.
want to take your fuzzy
I
handcuffs
know,
out.
but I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know where to find the closest Wookiee.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying it's like you got to just have your head on a swivel because it's very suspicious right now.
That is true.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna hold.
Just hang out by the bay. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the bay. Okay, so should I like step aside?
Aside.
Step aside.
Are you asking the rest?
I'm talking to Adam and
Plo and Fossa.
Flo and Fasa.
I don't know because now that we're down here, there's like really nowhere to hide unless you want to go back up into the ship.
No, we need to free these Wookiees, but am I a detriment to this?
There's general debris everywhere that you would expect in like a destroyed city. So there's like blocks of cement and these sort of things. So there's likely some sort of, path you
I
could-
want to hang out. I want to hang around you
Should
two.
maybe just get
but,
cover.
like,
Yeah, get some cover.
General debris.
I'll get
Fallen
cover. I'll
buildings.
stay distant from
Yeah.
Plo and Fasa.
Act as a backup.
Act as a backup, yeah, for sure. But like, I guess that's what I can do now. Like,
Yeah, I think that's smart.
yeah, I'll do that. Ugh,
All right.
these damn Wookiees.
So he's kind of relinquishing the lead to either Plo or Fawcett to lead this group. Plo, or TO1T would be going next. He's still following Kier over there, just kind of, again, keeping a safe distance, just following the orders. Plo, you are next.
So I'm gonna roll perception to try to figure out who's talking in my head right now, if that's even possible. But that's what I'm trying to get. Damn it, I got a 15. Or sorry, a 18. Excuse me, 18. Trying to figure out who's talking to me in my mind.
Stop.
So you can just ask.
Yeah, I'll ask the voice. Who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, what?
Unknown. Who are
Yeah, I know. Who's our fifth
Yeah,
party?
who is this?
Well, if you were to turn around, we could make some wonderful introductions.
Okay, I turn around.
He runs face first into me.
My name is Senator Arca Zaladon. You must have heard of the House of Zadalon.
I have not.
Well, I guess. No, that's not understandable, but I will accept it. Now, I am wondering what you are doing poking your little fingers around.
Big fingers. Though.
We're not poking our fingers around. We're here to sell a Wookiee. We already cleared this with the security upstairs. This is just standard protocol. I'm a bounty hunter, and I heard this was the place to sell a big-ass Wookiee.
And I'm a big ass Wookiee.
Sell a Wookiee. Well, I guess. Ryan, do I know? I know everybody in the camp.
In the camp, yeah.
So I would know.
There's an officer, there's an Imperial officer there that's kind of overseer of the operation.
Well, I guess you'd want to see the overseer. I am curious. How did you procure said Wookiee?
You're curious about my Wookiee. I'm curious about how you got into my head. Are you some sort of witch? What's going on right now? This is not natural.
Freaking witch.
Well, I am an Arcanian. Not that I expect your primitive mind to be able to wrap your head around that, but I come from a very long, noble race. And I'm quite force sensitive. So talking mind to mind to somebody within 120 feet.
Hey, is this person moving their lips? Are they speaking out loud, or is this still from brain to brain?
Speaking out loud now.
Oh, okay. I want to do sense force. I can do that with.
Yeah.
I was waiting till it was my turn, but I guess I'm just gonna pop that off now. I don't know. I think it's a full round action. You can use this ability to actively sense other force users out to a range of 100 kilometers. If you succeed on a DC 15 use the force check, you know how many force users are within range, their approximate distance and direction from you, and whether you've met them before or not. So.
I believe you.
Well, I just like rules, okay? Okay. I mean, it's not over 10, but it's still.
You want to use a force point to re-roll?
I'm gonna re-roll that, yeah.
Force point.
Man, give me that force point. You spend that force point.
You got it.
Hey! It was first I rolled a 6, then I rolled a 7. That's gonna be a 21.
Oof. Okay. So as you reach out to the force, just generally first, you feel the presence. You first feel the presence that you recognize of Kier, very strong, and you feel another faint presence in his direction or towards his direction as well. And then as you reach out to the group, you feel these fairly light force presences just because it exists and flows through all things, all living things.
There.
And from this new party member, there's nothing that crazy surprises you, but it's something that is substantially more than the rest of the non-force using party members.
Does it, like, do I get enough information to know that, oh, this person's a Jedi, or what?
You get the sense that if they're a Jedi, they're untrained, but you're not able to tell if they are a utilizer of their force powers.
Okay, well then I'm gonna offer this person my hand. I'm gonna be like, hey, I wanted to get off on the right foot. My name's Fossa. What's yours?
As you do that, I am going to give you a tremulous smile, and then I am going to, I have on some very nice silk gloves, and I'm going to pull them up a little higher, and then I will daintily grab your hand.
I want to say that, do Gungans have like long fingers? You just like, it's like absolutely.
They have like webbed hands.
Yeah,
like,
wet, totally wet and clammy, 100%. Could you describe your character?
Is this happening in their minds, or are they close enough to actually do
No,
this?
I'm speaking out loud, you fool.
This is a conversation. We're all within speaking distance.
Are they within handshaking distance, though?
Oh, if I'm not, I'm just gonna walk up and do it.
Okay.
Could you describe your character again?
Pardon?
Could you describe your character again? What does this person look like?
So I am an Arcanian, which is a humanoid with white hair and completely white eyes. And I'm about 5'9" and 150 pounds. I'm very pale. And you have no idea if I'm male or female.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use data.
Wearing a very expensive and beautiful clothing.
Yes, I'm very fashionable.
Hey, I actually got 2 inches on you. And about 4 pounds.
Oh, and I'm like 26.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
You still haven't told me your name.
You were
Arca Zadalan.
Oh. I'm gonna call you Zaddy.
All right. I think we have successfully done Fossa's and Arca's turn here. Kier has now reached the huddled mass on the ground, and as he looks down, the white-skinned force user looks like barely turns his head up at him and says, "Save me," and is asking Kier to save him. And as Kier looks down at him and stands over his body, and just at very imperceptible movement, just barely takes his lightsaber off of his light foil off of his body, and in like a very quick flash, ignites the lightsaber and pulls it back in, and then turns it off right through the head.
What a little sneaky bitch.
I don't love that.
He doesn't
And
have to
kills
roll
him.
skill check at all.
No, I do not love that.
He then starts to pull the black cloak off of him.
I don't like any of this.
By Ain, it's your turn.
Okay. How far away am I from that?
You're a decent distance away. You're probably 50 or so, 50 to 70 yards or so.
Okay, I'd like to do a perception check in that direction, please.
Okay.
Sick. 20.
So you before it happens, you feel this just slight sense of dread, and you're not really sure why, and that's what draws your attention over to the area. And as you look over there, you just see a quick flash of light. You see a quick flash of this orange light that goes and then immediately goes away. And then suddenly there's just this feeling of peace, like a very quick sense of peace that you gather from it. And then you see him just kind of rummaging with the body, and you kind of like, well, just, you're not really sure what it is that happened. It's more of just some feelings that you've gathered from it. But you see now him starting to loot the body.
Okay. For the comlinks with the, can I speak specifically to one person, or does everybody just hear it no matter what?
What are you trying to do? Oh, the comms? No, you can
Yeah.
direct it towards one person.
I would like to direct it towards TONT. And, hey, what happened? I saw a flash of light. Is everything okay?
And he was still walking up towards it, but he witnessed what it was that happened, and with very good hearing implements, he was able to hear. He was even able to pick up the words that were said. So he's able to relay back everything that he witnessed. He says, "Ma'am, it appears that somehow this human being has survived the fall from a great height. He must have been very powerful. However, the member of the party known as Kier appears to have put him to rest." Is now disrobing him, and I'm not sure what his intent is.
If I had a nickel.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
So very angry and still obviously quite upset. But by what I thought was the death of my brother and what I know is the execution of my brother now.
Damn.
Pistol drawn, I would like to start running towards Kier.
Okay.
What a session for Jason not to be here. A little
I
prick.
know. Scrub.
All right, so you're sprinting there. If you're starting to, so okay, you'll probably reach him in the end of, or the beginning of 2 turns from now. TONT continues to just walk up to him and just kind of sidles up next to him and just kind of looking over him, watching what he's doing as he rummaging with the body.
Yeah.
Plo, you have now kind of halted your move in more into the city and kind of turned around and is now engaged in the conversation with, that is now sort of this triangle of conversation with Arca and Fasa.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Arca. I'm gonna say, what business is it to you that where I got this Wookiee? What authority do you have? I already cleared it with all the proper authorities. I'm just very confused why you think you can stop me.
Thank you.
So at this, Arca has a very open, friendly expression at the beginning of this conversation.
Arca the Arca.
Once they take in your tone, their overall appearance automatically hardens. And even though they don't have any irises or any pupils that you can tell, you can still tell they are like looking directly at you. And they reply very tersely. Let's see. I forgot what kind of person you are. I just wrote it down. I forgot. What?
Keldor.
My dear Keldor, I would expect that you would be knowledgeable enough that when speaking directly to a senator, you would give common courtesy and basic etiquette.
I have courtesy and etiquette for people that respect other life in the galaxy, but obviously you are controlling these Wookiees and exploiting them and enslaving them. So therefore, I don't give a shit what your title is. I do not have etiquette or respect for you.
I want to lean over to Flo and I get to say, hey, she is the Senate. Just cool your jets. They are the Senate.
That is quite a lot of assumptions you are spewing from very limited knowledge. I am under the impression that you are not the person I should be talking to. And I turn to Flo.
Wow.
Wow. I want to just continue walking and say, if you don't think I'm the one you're supposed to be talking to, then don't worry about me. I'll be on my way. And keep walking towards the middle of all the action, trying to find the Wookiee settlement.
Very Han Solo of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Gonzor, I don't know that we did your turn, so.
Man, I mean, I'm gonna play as prisoner. I'm not really sure what's going on right now. We're trying to get off the ship, right?
We're already off the ship. We've been off the ship.
Plo is starting to walk in towards the settlement and is also at the same time claiming to be leading a Wookiee. So it may make sense for you to just
I'll follow Plo.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Also, you'll notice how I stood up for you while also bringing an enslaved Wookiee here. So hopefully,
Yeah, I ain't putting handcuffs on, but I'm pretending to be a part of it.
Are you slapping your fuzzy handcuffs on while you like jog?
No.
You're just so broken you don't need handcuffs. You wouldn't even try and get away.
Exactly. He's a flayed man.
That's what it is.
So he sort of slowly jogs up kind of behind Plo to catch up with him.
His name is Reek.
Asshole.
All right, Fasa.
All right, I'm gonna look Arca in the eyes. I'm gonna say, listen, I'm sorry for my my colleague here, his uncouth behavior. I would like to offer you a gift and apology. And I'm gonna like reach on my back and I'm gonna take out the slaver blade, which is actually kind of heavy. So I imagine I take it off and like thuds right down on the ground. I'm gonna like, here you go.
Mike's blade?
Yes. Screw you, Mike. I need to fix Adam's diplomatic boo-boo here.
I don't care. Just give me your blade.
I'm not a diplomat, Alex. I'm a gun. I'm a hired gun.
It did roll a strength check.
I mean, it's just a blade. I mean, the only reason is because I can't wield it because I have a 9 strength.
Yeah, I think we need a strength check.
He can carry it, but he can't wield it. I imagine that, I mean, you'll have the same reaction that he will have in handing it off. Actually, Alex, why don't you go ahead and roll just a d20 and with your strength mod and see if we can see what your reaction is as you hand it over.
Okay, sounds good. I'm down for slapstick. Hey, first time I roll over a 10, that's going to be a 16 with a -1 modifier.
So you're able to reach over with both hands and sort of just like with trembling arms, hand it over to Arca. And Arca, you reach out, you like with trepidation, slowly reach out, and you go ahead and do the same thing. Roll your d20 with your strength mod.
Yeah, I got a 14 and +1, so that's 15.
Okay. So are you gonna take it?
I am. I assume it's not sparkling clean.
It's
Absolutely
a nasty piece of crap.
Yeah, he spit on it.
I didn't spit on it.
But it's like it is like a piece of junk, basically. But
When I walked over, Ryan, did any of my like cohort walk over with me, or was it just me?
one of them would have been with the ship, and one is pretty much always following you around at a distance, at a respectful distance. And you've sort of set this boundary with them that it's like just out of earshot, so they can't overhear any of the conversation that you're having them.
Okay, well, I'll take it and I'll like hold it as far away from myself as possible. And then I will turn slightly and I'll look side of my eye, give a nod, and have my person come up and like take it.
All right, so your guardian, Jeff Zadia, like walks up a few and just sort of like bowing his head as he walks over and takes it, and just like as you drop it into his hands, he sort of like staggers for a moment. Just he wasn't expecting it to be so heavy, and then he will strap it to his back to carry.
And I'll turn back to Fasa, and I will give a very dignified like bow of my head
Return it.
and say, "Thank you."
My pleasure. Could you please sorry. Go ahead.
I'm done. That's all I was gonna say.
Would you please could you please fill me in on what's going on in this this outpost here? I'm very curious as to what you're all doing.
Well, if I can let you in on a little secret. I'm rather new. I was sent here, about a fortnight ago.
That's 3 weeks, right? Or is that 2 weeks?
Yes.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought so.
And it's rather exciting here. I've never seen a Wookiee in real life. You see, I've seen them in books. But we never had any on Arcania. Or if we did, I was never in contact with them. But you see, there's so many here, and trying to learn their language is, oh my goodness. But
I heard it is really hard on the throat. I also heard they're rather smelly.
And it's like, and I can't.
They're very smelly, aren't they?
I found a Wookiee.
Terrible hygiene. I've never been around a massive creature so smelly. But I am rather worried now that your friend was yelling at me about slaves. You see, I don't know any slaves on this planet.
Hmm.
I was a good question. They were prisoners of war in indentured servitude, is what mother and father told me.
Well, if you will allow me the unpleasantry, indentured servitude is very, very close to the word slavery, and I don't mean any offense by this, but
I did recognize that before I got here, they were not getting quite enough food, and I did mention that, and start going around and making sure they all have good meals, because what else is a senator to do if not help the people?
of course, it's your duty as an elected official.
I did offer them baths, and they weren't very keen on that. So I did start putting I found some of my personal incense that I brought with me, and I kind of throw it in their fires as I walk by. And it kind of livens the air a little bit, gives it a little bit more floral.
I'm sure they love that. I would like to just walk around with you a little bit. Maybe we can figure out ways in which we can improve this whole place. I mean, you're doing a great job here. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking out for any
Yes,
good things
I
we can
love
change.
any input. As I've said before, this is very new to me. I'm not one for field work, so I'm rather out of my depth.
Well, let's take a walk, and then the next person can go. Whoever's next in initiative.
Well, she's next. So
Oh, okay, cool, perfect.
do you guys want to start walking towards, like, at a distance? Do you want to be following guns? Like, what is your goal here?
My goal is to just follow them and just follow their lead. See what she wants to show. See what they want to show me.
Yeah, I'll walk. I'll do also. I guess I'm walking. I'm going to start. I'm gonna start perceiving with a more critical eye, if I can. So let me do a perception check.
Is there like a mechanic here where I can help her with that? Like giving them a modifier if I help them out?
Where you're kind of helping her, now that there's two people looking for the same thing, or one
Yes.
person that's doing something additional.
I know that in a 5e that if somebody helps you out, that you roll at an advantage.
You can help me, or you can help describe the scenario to her, right? So you and I can describe what we're seeing together, because she's seeing it with a different eye than what you'd be seeing it with, and you kind of already know the situation going in, but she's seen it from a very different scenario and different understanding.
Of course.
So what I would suggest, Fasa, is that when she perceives, it's going to be through the senator eye, and you can kind of remove the rose-colored glass from it.
Of course. But how does that work mechanically? Does she get a little bonus?
I would think maybe it wouldn't.
I think we'll just have you roll as well after she rolls.
Heck yeah. All right.
And then,
Ryan,
yeah,
what's my perception modifier?
it is
You
10.
should add wisdom.
Okay, that is my modifier is 10.
That includes the +5 because you're trained in perception.
Okay,
Yes,
so
your
I
check
rolled
mod is 10 plus what your D20 is.
a 28 then.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if she needs any help.
Well, I mean, hey, I rolled exactly a 28 too, so.
So you've gotten some slight enlightenment now in this scenario as you look around, where initially you had just seen these troopers as people there to, like, help when something was too heavy. You now see that you've now, like, from afar are able to witness some of the brutality of the scenarios, where initially it looked like they were, like, splitting or at least in your mind, you would perceive them, like, swinging the melee weapon or the melee that they have at whatever it is that they're trying to break up. You now see that is like them hitting they're hitting the Wookiees instead of, and you're starting to witness this, and it's really becoming a horror to you.
Bullshit.
And looking all around, you're just seeing where initially you were like, they're pretty dirty, and we're like, they're like matted with mud. As you're looking a little closer, the hair is completely matted with mud. Some of it's dry and, like, clayed, and you're seeing these Wookiees that are, like, gray, dirty gray color. And where initially you were like, well, that's an interesting color Wookiee, I never saw that in any of my books. It's now like, holy crap, this is a Wookiee that has been thrown and dragged through mud puddles and clay pools, and then never given the opportunity to wash or dry or anything. Just some of the savagery of this slavery you're starting to witness.
Can I, as soon as she sees this, can I contact her via telepathy in the Force and be like, we're here to fix this?
and I think I've gone a little paler than I already was. And I'm just like, oh, universe. And I take out this little, like, it's like a pocket guidebook.
I'm gonna start using that.
And it has the title, well, you can't read it because it's an Arcanian, but basically the title is like, how to run a Senate, how to be a senator. And I open it and I'm like flipping through it, trying to find something. I was like, how do I change this? What do I do?
What are the protocols?
Edit for dummies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going through it really fast and I look at Foss and I go, well, I'm quite at a loss. Can I just tell them to stop?
You can try. I mean, I'll back you up.
I'm pretty desperate at this point. So like I do look to you and Vasa for a solution here. And it's getting grim.
Is your guardian still following you around, or your? I guess it is the guardian of.
Yeah.
So he's taking the blade and is continuing to follow you around. Circling back around, Kier, after has now donned this bloodied black cloak, and has continued to walk a little bit further away from the body, and it seems like he's found something else, and so he's walking with purpose a little bit further away. Ain, that's to you.
I would I want to keep actually running towards. No, you know what? I know he's dead. I'll follow Kier in the direction he's going. Keep heading that way with anger.
Towards Kier.
Yes.
All right, so you've slowed down a little bit just because you can tell that he's not moving with any. I mean, it's clear he's moving with purpose, but he's not necessarily moving with any urgency, with any sense of urgency. He's just taking his time. And you'll catch him just as he's finding what he's looking for next turn.
Cool.
And TONT is still.
Can I whistle? Come on.
As you run past him, as
Yes.
you're running towards him and running past him. All right, so
Yes.
he's going to continue to follow you. Gonzoro.
I mean, just wait.
Why are you
Do
looking
you
at
have
me?
Because like
You're kind of you're with the rest of the four, so you're in the general
but
proximity.
do we see any Wookiees? Like
There's Wookiees all around, Mike
Yeah, they're literally everywhere.
and Zoro.
okay, I would like to travel to the nearest Wookiee and to try to free them.
Oh,
The stormtrooper right behind it.
Jesus
No way this
Christ.
is gonna go wrong.
All right, can I draw my gun?
Oh my God.
Plo, why don't you take head on this? Because you're sort of leading, you're not necessarily leading him, but you're leading the party that is him. And
Yeah. So I hear what he's doing, running back towards, or he's running towards one of the Wookiees in the stormtroopers, and I'll roll perception to see how the stormtrooper is reacting and the other stormtrooper is reacting to this big Wookiee coming towards them. And give me a fucking
Yeah, come on.
27.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
So you're looking, you see Gonzoro kind of lurching into a direction towards the nearest Wookiee as you can tell he's become irritable and wildly impatient and are just ready to just protect him, or what is your goal here? What are you looking at and for?
So my goal is to see what the reaction of the stormtrooper is, to see if he senses what's coming, if he's preparing himself to be able to defend Gonzoro to what's about to happen to him.
So
I will be close combat, you be far combat.
Nobody's
What's up?
getting in
God
combat.
damn, nice cat though.
As you look towards the area of the two, or like the nearest Wookiees, you can tell that from what you're gathering here, there's like 5. It looks like there's one, I guess, security or overseer, not overseer, but one trooper assigned to 3 to 5 Wookiees, depending. And the first thought that goes to your mind is, this is I don't know what they've done to these Wookiees to make them so docile in comparison, because the Wookiees that I know, and then just kind of thinks about Gonzoro.
The one Wookiee I know.
Multiple stormtroopers by hand.
Yeah.
Handedly. So you notice the trooper kind of looks back at you, but it doesn't seem like he is paying you much mind as far as the full party. And you have suspicions that it's likely because of the presence of the senator.
Okay. But what's his knowledge of the presence of Gonzoro running towards him?
He just turned. I don't know that he's sprinting towards him right now.
Oh, I guess not sprinting. So
Gonzoro, are you
what was your
sprinting
movement?
towards? Are you sprinting towards the trooper that's guarding this small group?
No.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I
just
thought
walked
I
away.
was sprinting towards a single person.
What?
Maybe. I thought I was sprinting towards a single person.
The stormtrooper guarding
I guess
the
he's
group of
okay.
5
If he's sprinting towards him, then the trooper looks back first and just sees the small party, and doesn't at first notice the senator, but then does a double take as he sees like this large furry beast coming in, and you see
large
you
furry
hear him
beast.
yell in the distance. You hear him yell in the distance. One of them got loose, and he pulls out his electro staff and lights it up, and so he's currently like spun around, lit, like in combat stance.
Okay, so
Okay.
I want to give him something else to think about. So I think in my mind's eye, the way I'm seeing this, we take this one trooper out that's guarding like 5 Wookiees. Hopefully they're not beaten down too much, that they can kind of rally with us and then move forwards towards the rest of the Wookiees and stormtroopers, unless you guys, I mean, Mike pretty much already initiated the sequence, so I can either get the rest of the party involved to kind of get full-scale bedlam, or I can just observe this and see what Mike will do while kind of keeping our cover of pretending like we're selling him.
I mean, we
God.
just got here. We're trying. I don't think killing this stormtrooper is any way to start moving, especially with like a senator here. Everybody's like trying to follow him or her for like guidance. Like what is he and or she supposed to do?
So I think that I don't want to see Mike just get his ass kicked and see Mike get killed. But also, if we can cause a big enough uproar before we play our cards of being here to help the Wookiees, that might be more advantageous to us in the long run.
Yeah.
So right now,
and
though,
I can do that.
I mean, it's just you and Gonzoro and Plo.
Right. So I'm not going to take action. I'm just going to kind of see how this plays out. But I want to put in like a caveat that if things go south for Mike, I will be there with my gun drawn to defend him. But right now, I feel like he can do enough, and I have faith that he can convince the other Wookiees with him that my action won't be needed yet until other stormtroopers start taking notice.
Okay.
I agree. I can do that. Oof.
Fasa.
I would like to kind of like leaning closer to Arca and be like, hey, do you know where they keep the keys here? Like, would they know like where they keep like the keys to the handcuffs or like any of the like doors or anything?
What keys? I have many keys, but
Well,
the captain also has many keys.
where
So-
does the captain live?
In the guardhouse. It's right about 20 feet that way. See the building? The only building.
Standing.
Is he home? How do you feel about some light beanie?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be closed, but if it is, then go for it. I mean, it should always be open for me anyways.
Okay, well then, how about we, instead of being and eating, we just waltz in? I feel like if we're both on the same wavelength, which I think we are, we want to make these Wookiees' lives better by maybe getting some keys to help them break free of their bondage.
I like the way you think. Yes.
Let's go. And we're gonna go to the captain's place.
Okay. Arca, he's kind of running your turn for you, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I start striding with purpose.
Okay.
Like a little too theatrical to be really majestic, but I'm really into it. Like I'm doing my job. I get to do something. I'm helping people. This is the most exciting thing that has happened in my life so far.
Oh yeah, dude, let's go. Let's the outlaw.
Very good. So Kier is now bending over, and you see him pick up the broken remains of the. Well, when I say you, I mean Ain. You see him pick up the broken remains of the lightsaber hilt that had dropped from the extremely high height, and he kind of looks it over a little bit and doesn't try igniting it or anything. He just tucks it into his bag.
Okay. I've reached him at this point, yeah?
Yep, you've now reached him.
Okay. Still running. I kind of like come to a stop by just shoving him.
All right, go
And,
ahead and roll. We have to roll this like a melee attack.
Melee attack. Yeah, okay.
So go ahead and roll a d20 and add your. I think you have a melee attack bonus. Yeah,
Melee
roll
attack
your-
bonus.
melee
10 total.
with your strength mod.
Strength mod.
Add your strength mod as well.
Ooh. I don't think I have that.
It'll be your ability.
Oh, wait, yeah. Okay, 11.
All right. So as you're running towards, and you kind of like lean into a shoulder to just give him a bump, and he, as he's tucking it back in, he just makes almost an imperceptible motion just to just turn, and you end up barreling past him. Sorry, Terry's being a little bit much right now.
Wait, where's Terry in all this? Is Terry still on the ship now that you mention it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you kind of like trip forward, almost losing your balance and almost falling on the ground as well.
All right, perfect. So that makes me more angry, obviously. But I'm not like I wasn't really trying to cause harm anyway. I just wanted to. Okay, so I look back at him. What the fuck were you doing? TONG told me everything. You fucking killed my brother?
And he again just kind of like he lowers his head a little bit, but then he's smiling when he raises his head back up.
Sick son of a bitch.
Right, you're a better Jason than Jason is.
Great. And he's smiling when he raises his head back up, and he's like, he was gonna die anyway. Someone might as well make use of this.
Ooh.
Zoinks.
Zoink, Scoob.
All right, yeah. So I still have my pistol drawn, and I don't want to point it at him, but Yeah, I'm gonna.
How fucking funny would it be? Sorry, Jace. The one after the one session.
You suck.
We killed you.
You're
Shoot him.
dead.
I just shoot him dead now. Okay, actually, okay. I do. So I'm gonna raise my pistol and point it at him. I know you're not good with the force right now, and the only reason I'm not shooting you right here, point blank, is because I think you might be useful in the future. But just so you know, I don't fucking trust you, and I don't like you.
Woo.
Because your player's not here.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, brother, dad. That's pretty understandable.
yeah. And then,
Hold on.
okay.
Go ahead and roll or what's your reflex defense? And what's your will defense?
My mod or total? Reflex defense is 18. Will defense is also 18.
Okay, so smile fading from his face, and he raises one hand. He raises one hand towards you, and just gives you one quick.
This lightning's me, that son of a bitch.
He gives you one quick shock, and it just jolts your body, and it doesn't do much damage, but it's just enough to just like shock you and make you fall to the ground.
So should we kill Jason? People are asking.
Can I make a reaction to
You're nowhere near here.
Okay, and he says, no one says my force powers are weak. I am the strongest being on this planet now.
Let's kill him.
Right. Let's
Yes.
Fucking,
Bitch.
we'll make him hubble a little
let's
bit.
kill him.
Come on.
And he says, I am more than happy to spend this time, biding this time with this party and getting us to the Emperor. If only to show him what true power is like.
Jason's like level 4. Already talking about showing the Emperor what his power is like.
He's a cocky little son of a bitch.
He's a level.
Let's kill him.
This is the little shit that we had to save from the cantina when he tried to kill
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Never
Rabbit
forget.
episode 1.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry,
So-
Jason. The Star Wars sessions are over for you because we fucking killed you.
You're too cocky by half.
Dead.
I didn't like Jason anyway, but now I am kind of holding a grudge for him. I don't say anything though, so what I show outwardly, he knocked me onto the ground, correct?
Yeah.
I'm on the ground, and I just start laughing. TO1T, did you see that? He's really strong. He's really strong, TO1T. Let's watch out. And so I start standing up, and I was just like, hey, you want to get to the Emperor? So do I. Whatever. You're really strong, man. Let's just get through this together. Okay?
Ooh, boy.
So I kind of just like, no, I reach out to shake his hand.
All right. So you reach out, and he also reaches down to you and just pulls you up.
Cool.
And in the same motion, he pulls you close into him, and he says, "Remember this." And then
Little cuck.
away.
Oh, damn.
All right.
TO1T says, "Would you like me to teach him a lesson, Master?"
Next slap.
Droid bitch slap.
Yeah, I know. And then,
Remember-
so
Just to recall, he's like 3.5 feet taller than.
T1T's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
I
had to adjust
and
his height.
I look
because
at
made his character so fucking tall.
yeah, exactly.
I was like, well, son of a bitch, I gotta make this droid even taller.
Okay, I look at T1T and I just kind of, I mean, I don't know if he gets innuendo, but I look at him and I'm like kind of trying to anyway, so I look at him just like kind of sarcastically. I don't know if he gets it or not, but I'm kind of wanting Jason to pick up on how sarcastic I am without being too rude. And just be like, no, T1G, here's our friend. It's fine.
It's fine.
And
F-Y-N-E or F-Y-N-E?
TONT says, friend. Right.
I get it.
Just kidding. He doesn't say that.
Damn.
Right.
I need a droid who gets Emperor's New Groove references. I'm sorry. Can I program that?
There's no prompt.
You have the codes. You can program them.
I do. Okay, that's fine. We're good.
So he says friend, and that's all he says. Just flat friend.
Okay, cool.
Right.
All right, Gonzoro, you're barreling towards the trooper, and you reach him. You're about to reach him.
We'll continue barreling, I guess. I'm gonna attack the trooper.
All right. So you're gonna. What do you? Are you just? Well, I guess. What do you have? Your bare fists.
Yes, his fuzzy handcuffs.
Do I have?
Just choke him with the handcuffs.
What about the electro staff?
I'm sorry, you left your entire bag on the ship.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
You did.
I want to start heading towards the ship.
Just choke him. No, you're already
Can I
there.
stop and turn around? What are you
Just choke him.
talking about?
No,
Mike, you're like
no.
9 feet high. Just choke him.
I'm gonna kill the guy. I want to kill him
All
with
right.
my bare fists.
Use your imagination. The better image you set, the more likely it is to
I
happen.
got it.
You're gonna put somebody in armor.
All right, you're gonna hit him. You're gonna hit him right now. So
Yeah.
describe
What are
what
you
your
gonna do?
attack is, and then
What are you
I'll
gonna
go
do?
ahead and have you roll.
I want to snap his neck.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
Okay.
I want to pick him up by his neck and just snap it to the left.
Why are you looking at me?
Go ahead and roll your. Go ahead and roll your d20, and then add your base attack and strength, and we'll see if you hit him.
Oh, a 2 natural.
Force point.
Force point.
Holy
Thank
shit.
you. Oh, 12. Okay, I'll take it. So I got a natural 12 with strength.
Yeah, you're gonna add your melee attack mod, actually,
Melee attack.
or melee attack total.
5.
No. Melee
Plus your
bonus is
strength mod.
9.
He's 21.
Okay, so you're going to grab him by the neck. You successfully ran up and start picking him up, and
Oh, yeah.
he's doing like sort of a half swing, so he's caught, or he sort of gets you like with a little backswing. Let me roll that real quick. And he is going to hit you. So the thing kind of whacks you in the back of the head. But you're just so blind with fury that you're not really, it's pretty much imperceptible to you. And you're doing your melee attack bonuses worth of damage to him, which is 9.
9.
So you start shaking him, and you can kind of hear his head banging around inside the helmet, but you haven't killed him.
Good. He needs to suffer. He needs to suffer. God.
Plo.
You're muted, Adam.
I would like to roll perception to try to notice if this is raising alarms, other troopers coming to help him. That's the perception that I would like to notice, please.
All right.
And give me a 26.
All right. So you can tell that you're first looking towards like directly at the scenario, and the 4 Wookiees that were there that was kind of under his guard are starting to notice the scenario and just like starting to get riled up as much as they can. But it's clear that there's some exhaustion setting in there.
What does that sound like? Wookiees getting riled up. Okay, thank you.
But you also notice that it has drawn attention of some of the other troopers, and you see one that has that's currently engaged in a comm conversation that's looking directly at the scenario. And there's also a siren that has just kicked on. Their attention.
Ryan is making the noises.
Coming from the guard building that Fasa and Arca are heading towards.
All right. So how far away is the trooper with his comms out?
He's a good distance away. It would probably take 3 turns or so to get there. He's probably 70, 80 yards, or maybe a little bit more.
All right. Fuck. I just trained something. I have. Where's my ranged attack bonus? Is pretty high. I think that's probably still too far for a reliable shot. So I want to go to my comms and I want to comm to Fasa and be like, please, if you can, knock that siren off. We don't need any more attention than we already have. If I do that, can I get one more turn or like one more action? Or is the talking?
Yeah.
Okay, how far away am I from Gonzoro's, or the guy that Gonzoro's attacking?
You're probably 30 to 40 yards away from.
All right. I want to send a message to the Wookiees. I want to like give them strength and invigorate them to help us. I want to pull up my rifle and take a shot at this dude's head. Or I take that back. I want to take a shot at his chest. So if I miss by a little bit, I'll still hit him right at his heart.
All right. Roll your D20. And I don't know that you're going to have I don't think you're going to have a distance. Yeah, I think you're at short range, so you'll get a -1, but that's not bad.
Do I have any mods for it?
Yep. You'll have your ranged attack bonus plus your dex mod minus
Ranged attack bonus plus dex mod -1.
-1.
All right, so 14.
I know, I heard you.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just a little bit sad.
Okay, I know, me too.
So as you aim down the sights and line up your shot, and you take a shot, and here's Gonzoro choking this trooper, and it gets shot in the back as he's holding him.
No.
What is does it say what your attack is for your carbine blaster? Damage is for it.
Please.
Knock it off.
No, it just says rifle.
It's 3d8, so roll 3d8 and add them all together.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike. I rolled 3 d8s and add together. 10.
All right.
Asshole.
Mike, I was trying to help you, you fucker.
Yeah, you're the one who chose them.
The plus side is, it now looks like you're trying to take this Wookiee down.
Right. I'm playing the long game. I'm trying to
That's
help.
true.
I'm playing the long game.
Playing the long game. Knock it off.
All right, Fasa.
Help me.
Okay, so how close are we to this captain's quarters?
You're at the steps.
Okay, well, can I hold my action until Zaddy here gets their keys out and like enters the building?
Yeah,
Help.
fine.
I want to go after them.
All right, Arca, go ahead.
So I knock and I go, Captain, and I take out my key ring and I just kind of like go through. I'm not really waiting for anybody to answer me. The knock was more a courtesy.
Smart.
But I decide I do try the doorknob first. I assume it was probably locked.
Actually, go ahead. Let's try roll your investigation.
Okay.
I'm not near you, bud. I can't help you.
26.
Jesus. All right. So as you try the doorknob, you shake. At that first blush, it seems like it's locked, but as you're about to lift your hand away, it just cracks open. You're like, well, that's a little bizarre.
Okay. So then I open the door and I guess I need to perceive if anybody's in there. Can I just see if a person's standing there?
You'll see it's a fairly small room. So as you look in, one of the Imperial officers or you see an Imperial officer in there, and you also see another trooper in there, and they both kind of just look over to you and immediately look back at what they're doing.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna perceive and see if I can see like the keys I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do, I'm going to try to use my charisma to get them.
Yep. Well, you have pretty good persuasion, which is charisma based. So
Yeah,
of course you also have your majestic talents, which are
I
pretty.
do.
But
But I'm trying to save those for more dire situations. So my perception was a 25.
So as you notice them look back down at there, you also see on the officer's hip, just sort of jangling the other key ring that you're looking for, that you suspect that you're looking for, and just with your previous knowledge of the environment, you're like, well, this is the guy here, so those are probably the keys that I'm looking for.
Do I know his name, or their name, or her name?
They've never really given names to you. They're just the overseer. And that's you. Your position there is really like you're technically his boss, but
Nobody takes me seriously.
He doesn't accept it. Yeah, he doesn't really accept you as his boss, and so they all just kind of fuck with you and just like whatever. This person's going to do whatever they want because they can.
Okay.
We're going to go about our business.
Well, then I'll use my. Let's see. Did we decide I had? I'm going to intimidate him instead.
Okay.
Into giving me the keys. So that is a 13 plus 9, so a 22.
Ooh. All right. So you can tell that he is extremely frustrated that he has to give in to this scenario, and he gives a huge eye roll. And then
I want to say, like, when I'm telling him,
he's like, "Don't tell anyone about this."
And I want it, like, as I'm like demanding them, I'm doing my best to just totally look down my nose at him, and I'm just like, now, as your superior, I require those keys attached to your hip, and I am not looking for an argument or debate. I am looking for civil obedience and quick results.
You snap your fingers. Come on.
He reaches down to his belt and he's like, "Of course, Your Majesty." And then he reaches out to give them to you. And then just before they grab your hand, he lets them go with the intent of dropping them in front of you. I think you're probably quick enough to grab them, but let's just have some fun and roll something, shall we?
Okay.
What do you want me to roll?
Acrobatics.
Dexterity. Just roll d20 with your dexterity mod.
Okay. 19 plus 3, so.
All right. Well, you're gonna catch him. So he drops them, and he starts to laugh, and you snatch them out of the air, just like boom, real quick, and he just kind of stands agape for a second, like his mouth is just open.
And now I'm actually getting kind of miffed. Like before, I was just kind of playing it, and now I'm just like, it seems, Captain, you were, or Overseer, you were a little bit on the clumsy side. I do hope that you're not losing your touch. For I am reviewing all personnel on the site, and I would hate to have to replace you.
And he kind of is like at a loss for words, and just kind of like
I'm not gonna let him reply. I'm gonna hair flip, and I'm gonna turn. I'm going to hand the keys to Fossa.
Okay.
And
Cool.
we're going to jauntily or saucily walk out the door.
Saucily.
Turn off the alarm. Turn off the alarm first.
I'm gonna stick my thumb in my nose and do a right at the overseer.
all right. So Fossa has the keys.
Get my tongue out.
Wait, so are they out? They're outside the guard shack, you said?
They've kind of turned, or Arca was the only one that fully went in. Actually, Fossa, it's your turn now.
Okay, but Fossa heard me on the comms telling him to turn off that alarm. Just
Can I
remind
do-
me that you heard that.
Can I do perception to know, or what can I roll to know where how to turn this alarm off?
You can roll perception. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know if it was perception, if it was something else.
You can see if you can tell. Like, go in there and look and see if you can tell.
Nice. Hey, 29.
All right, there you go. So you look around the room, and within like half a second, you see the big red button on the wall that says "Press in case of emergency." is currently depressed, and you imagine that that's likely what is causing the alarm.
Okay, can I do stealth to just quickly like dart my hand out and press it before we exit the building?
Sure.
Maybe like as I'm taunting the overseer.
Yeah.
That's dirty 20.
All right. So you do a quick snatch, and your goal for pulling this, or your goal for getting this turned off, was you figured the general construction of this was wildly simple, just when reading the sign. So you take the button and you just pull the whole button off the wall, and then pocket it, and then just all in one swift motion. So as you're kind of like, and then immediately like slip the red button in your pocket, and the alarm turns off.
Nice.
The most simple of constructions.
Nice. I like very, very simple machines. If I've already perceived in like where this thing was and I did stealth, would I also be able to just do a general perception to see where the biggest group of Wookiees are?
You're now kind of out on the top, at the top of the stairs, looking out amongst the half that you're able to see.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll and just see. Well, it's not worth it, because there's not really, as I've already described, they're in like groups of 3 to 5. If you want, you can sense to see if there's something larger that you're not seeing in the near area.
Sense to see what you're not seeing.
Sense
So
to feel what you're not seeing.
do I
See if there's
roll
a larger
something?
group than what you're seeing.
Okay. Do I roll something?
You can go ahead and roll perception. As I said, we kind of are a little bit loosey-goosey with the perception.
Help the Wookiees out.
Kind of use it for...
And did I know what Arca's formal job title was? Did she tell me that? Did they tell me that?
Senator.
She's a senator.
Right.
Senator.
29, another 29.
So in
So I guess I'm good at perception, but not much else.
yeah. In the nearby area, you sense that there's really just these small pockets of Wookiees that are going in and out of the buildings, bringing out the metal. But you can feel just a little bit further on, and actually there's this like curved hallway towards that actually meets near where Kier is at, which is where the cages are kept. And you can feel there's probably somewhere in between 6 and 9 Wookiees still caged in there.
Okay, I guess I'll go walk over there. I've got a plan for if there's any people guarding Wookiees working, but I guess a good start is to open the cages.
You should, you have comms. You can call to Kier to tell him to open those cages up with his, that's not a lightsaber. What does he have right now?
He has a light foil,
Cybercrystal.
which is just it's a lightsaber, basically. It's just
Okay, so he can call on the comms to open up all those Wookiees cages with his lightsaber.
But we have keys. Why would we just?
But, I mean, it would save you the trip, 1 or 2 turns walking to just open them up.
Oh, that's
Kier open them up.
Yeah, I'll tell him that on the comms, and then I'll just go to the largest group of working Wookiees, and I'm gonna just talk to Arca, turn to Arca and say, "I got a plan. Follow my lead."
All right. So Kier, receiving this call, he looks around. He's like, I don't see any entrance, but I can kind of feel what it is. I feel the distress and and he's like, I think this might be the reason why I have so much power right now. There's so much distress and pain here. And he kind of smiles to himself.
He's a -10.
Yikes.
Oh dang!
Not -10. Smiles to himself and he's like, he's torn because he's not super inclined to fight this thing that makes him feel like he's giving this power. But also he's like, he calls back and he says, I don't think there's an entrance over here. I think I know what you're talking about, but the entrance is still a little ways off from me. There's a possibility I could try and cut through the wall, but I don't know how that's going to end.
Do what you can.
Cutting it is. And he starts to walk towards the now leaving TONT, and Ain starts to walk towards the nearest building there, and again pulls out his lightsaber and ignites it. Ain, sorry.
Well, I don't trust this asshole at all. But I'm gonna get in on the comms. So that was just between Fossa and Kier, correct? That communication?
That's
Fossa?
up to Fossa.
What?
Was that just between you and Kier, or did everybody hear it?
I would do that on the open comms. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I am known to that as well. I don't much want to hang around here. So I'm gonna use the comm and Fossa, where are you? What's going on? Can TONT and I help? What's happening?
We're gonna let some Wookiees go. If you want to help, come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in where? Come on in where?
Well, like outside. I don't know
am
what
outside.
you are. Just come out here, I guess.
I'm here. Can you see me?
You're like 200 yards away in the opposite direction because you guys are moving in the opposite direction.
All right. Okay.
But you can see him way up on the way up at the security building. But if you were to look at you, you'd be like this little speck just moving.
Okay. Let's see. So I can see him?
You can see
Or
the
should I
speck
go
that is him, that you suspect is him. This
I
tan
suspect is
speck.
him.
You see a
Oh,
tan
okay.
speck
I'll
next
do a
to the
perception
white
check
speck.
in that direction then. I want to get over there, but Jesus. Okay, 9.
So again, you see a tan speck and you see a white speck.
Okay, so I assume he's
So
right.
you assume he's in that direction. You do notice the alarm turning off because it's no longer blaringly loud. And you're like, oh, it's a little bit peaceful here whenever that alarm's off.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak to the comms again. Are you with somebody? Is that Flo with you?
This is a senator.
Senator from Coruscant. What are you doing with a senator?
I'm gonna like do the equivalent of like block the phone. Like I'm gonna do that. You're from Coruscant, right? Shit, this is to Arca.
Ryan, I'm just straight from home, right?
So would you be a planet senator? I don't know that we established that, but would you be a senator of the planet or a representative of the planet in the Empire's Senate, which still exists? It's really just like a like it doesn't really do anything, right? It's just kind of the Emperor's the Emperor, but the Senate still exists.
Right.
So that's your choice.
I think currently I'm a senator for representing at the Senate. I think at least my planet has multiple senators, and maybe my family is more of like the people in charge, and they're just like, go do something.
Get out of home, please. Then I'll like talk back into the conversation. She says she's from home, but she's cool.
And I'll lean over and I'll go, hello.
Hi.
Sort of like put on your tiptoes because I'm like.
It is a visual comm, yeah. So you
Oh,
would
yeah, that's true.
you would be seeing each other's faces.
Okay, so I'm a little unsure, but I'll say, okay, so it's me and TONT here. Kier's doing some pretty shady shit. Should I just keep checking in on him? I don't know. He just killed my brother.
Wait,
I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should I come back? Should I stay here? I don't know if it's better to guard him or not. What do you think? What's the best use?
I trust your judgment, but also define shady.
Well, TONT told me I saw a flash of light, asked TONT what it was, and freaking Kier put a lightsaber through my brother's head. I mean, he was close to dying anyway, but I mean, I can do surgery. We have a surgical droid on the ship. We could have saved him. I just don't get it.
Sounds like one hell of an unfortunate situation. I don't know how to react. Maybe you should keep an eye on him. I think, but I don't know. Do what you think. Do what you think.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. He and I have an interesting relationship right now, but I trust TONT to protect me and help me out. So I'll stick with Kier. We'll go with that plan.
All right, so you and TONT sort of just start following behind Kier as he's heading towards the wall of this
babysitting.
Still dilapidated. All right, Gonzoro. You're currently, as you may recall, and
Fuck him, Gonzoro. Fuck him. Let's go.
Are you gonna keep choking?
No, please don't.
Yeah.
No, fuck him.
All right, go ahead and roll another. I guess you're already holding him, so go ahead and roll another damage.
20.
No.
Woo! This is actually, no, actually,
No.
it's just gonna be your melee attack, which I believe is
It's 9.
9. Stand by, stand by.
9.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have the attack bonus.
So as you're shaking him, he reaches up to whack you again, but and like you can feel him go limp in your arms, and
Good.
you still feel a pulse. You still feel a pulse in your hands, but he is knocked out. All right, Plo.
All right, so I'm gonna roll perception to see what the other stormtroopers around Gonzoro are doing in the area. 15.
All right, so you see that the ones that are guarding other Wookiees are hesitating to come near, and it seems like because all the Wookiees are getting excited, or that's what you suspect because they're getting excited. The alarm is off, but you suspect there might still be some repercussions, and there's no way you're in the back of your mind are like, there's no way that he's going to get away with this.
Do I see how many other stormtroopers are around?
Within firing range, you see that there's like only 3 other stormtroopers, or only
Okay.
3 other troopers.
And I'm assuming each of those 3 have about 4 or 5 Wookiees with them.
3 to 5.
Okay. So are they within earshot?
Who?
The stormtroopers.
No.
Okay. I was gonna play my hand as if I was trying to subdue the Wookiee, just since my aim is shit. But
Pass.
I'm not sure what to do here.
You could still do that. He has, I mean, I don't want to be one to speak for the team, but he has some HP.
Okay.
He's
All
built,
right. So
he's built as a tank. So
right, that's fair. That's fair. So I want to shoot.
I
For this turn, I want to shoot, and I'm aiming for like 3 inches to the left of Gonzoro. I don't want to hit him, but I want to make it realistic enough to make it look like I'm shooting at him again. So the stormtroopers in the area think that I am not on the same side as him. Okay.
so same roll, D20, ranged attack, Dex mod, -1.
So D20
Come here, babe.
plus ranged attack plus Dex mod. I got a 15.
All right. And Mike, what is your reflex defense?
17.
So you do take the shot near when it does go just off his left arm.
Nice.
Fasa.
All right. How far away are we from like the nearest salvage group? I guess the word is salvage, not necessarily mining.
Yeah, salvage route. You'd probably reach it your next turn if you're heading in that direction for the nearest one.
Yeah, well, let's spend this turn walking.
Alrighty. Arca.
So, where are we going?
We're gonna do some liberation. We're gonna free some Wookiees. Don't worry, I have a plan.
I don't understand why you can't clue her into it.
Yeah,
or
do you?
bring her into it right now.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Booked
fine.
a major.
It's almost funnier if I don't, but I'm just gonna say, okay, we're gonna get up on that group. This is my plan. We're gonna so you're gonna say, okay, here, me and the senator here are conducting a routine troop inspection, and we're gonna like get those Wookiees away from the people overseeing them so that we can unlock their cuffs. With a key.
Ryan, where we are located, could Are we close to the majority of people?
You're basically in the middle of a square downtown block of this city, and it's sort of arranged in like a circle around that. So the bottom of the circle is the platform everyone landed. The center of it is this guard platform, and then there's sort of just Wookiees and troops stationed with them in a little circle around it.
Okay. What I'm going to do is, where is it? So if I was trying to see all creatures I can see within 30 feet, how many would that theoretically be?
You're probably only within seeing range of the group.
No.
One of the groups of Wookiees and one of the troopers. And then if you're considering range, I mean, you're also aware of the people that are inside the guard tower that would still be within that 30 feet of you.
Is there a place that I can get to that is guard heavy?
More heavily, it'd be nearer where you came in. So the only stationed guards outside of the people that are there with the Wookiees would be near the ship, or near where the ships are landing.
Okay, then I'll save what I was gonna do. I'll use it. We'll probably have to use it for escape. Okay, well then I will continue walking with Fossa, but I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay.
To see if I can notice any anything weird or like going on that's raising any like alarm bells for me, for our safety.
Yeah.
And that is a 24.
All right. So as you're looking around, you're with your keen vision as the sun begins to set, you see the group of 4 stormtroopers that you were speaking with when you first got off your ship, sprinting towards, like full tilt, sprinting towards Gonzoro and the Wookiee that's attacking the clone trooper.
And I see that, and I reach a hand out and I put it on Foss and I go, oh my, if we are going to free them, but are they going to do that to us? Because I'd rather not they not.
Do what?
I point over to Gonzoro, and he's holding the limp body by the neck.
No, the idea is we do that to them.
Not to the Wookiees.
Oh, do that to the stormtroopers.
Well, do we have to kill anybody?
Ideally, no.
Because, I mean, we could, if I could get them all together. I'm very, very good at speeches.
I mean, we can kill people if you want.
Nanny always told me that my speeches were very, very evocative, and people want to listen.
Oh well, how about you just make some speeches to the stormtroopers, and I'll just sneakily go through and start unlocking Wookiees.
Yes, I just need to get to a place where they'd all come, like a platform.
Okay, you should find a platform, and then I'll do my thing. That's a much better plan.
Okay. All right. Yes. And I turn around and I walk like to like the center square.
Mm. That's pretty close to where you're at, because they sort of built this guard tower around the center of the plaza, the center of this.
And I'm going to find something to stand atop of.
Mhm.
And I'm going to very theatrically project my voice and say, "Attention, all stormtroopers and base personnel."
Fun. Keep going, good.
All right, can you real quick roll persuasion?
Yep.
And I just want to pull it on. I imagine you're going to be fine as long as you don't get a quite low roll.
I got a 22.
All right, I'm not even going to bother pulling this up then because you'll get it. So the stormtroopers who are sprinting by are sort of passing the center at this point and sort of just like falter for a moment and like stop sprinting and like look over to you. And they
Okay.
haven't fully stopped, but they're kind of like comically slowing their run and look over.
And that can be the end of my turn because
Okay.
I'll give a speech to them.
Very good. Kier has reached the side of the building and again with his lightsaber drawn just plunges it into the wall and the wall just starts cooking and melting and he just kind of like working it. He's like sideways churning butter with his lightsaber into the wall. All right, Ain. That's all he's going to do because it's going to take some time.
Have I reached him yet? I've caught up to him and I'm
You're
there.
now caught up with him, yes.
I would like to sarcastically be very impressed. Wow, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. What is that called again? A sword?
All right. I want to just find another roll. It doesn't even matter, but roll deception.
All right. 24.
All right. So while he's in there cooking it, he looks back at you and he's like, "It's a lightsaber." He's like cooking it. So he thinks you're being totally serious.
Good. Yeah, I guess I'll just hang out there. I'm just following him around at this point and being sarcastic.
I think that's sufficient. And TONT is caught up with you there as well and just kind of
Okay, cool.
behind you. Gonzoro.
He's coming along.
He's still so you have the unconscious clone trooper in your grasp.
Well, Adam just tried to shoot you too, so there's that.
Okay.
It was a fake.
So I'm gonna try to kill this clone trooper and then.
Clone troop.
It is a clone trooper.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah.
All right, so you're doing another attack.
Yep.
And you're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And his head's just snapped backwards.
Oof.
Let me guess. You're gonna loot the body.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll loot that
So
mother-
predictable.
God damn! I'm gonna loot that motherfucker.
All right. The only thing on it is the half of an electro staff that they're using are basically the equivalent of a cattle prod,
Good. Well, at least Mike has one weapon now.
a cranked up
Yeah.
prod.
Yeah.
It's an electro baton.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
This is.
All right. Head sufficiently or neck sufficiently snapped. Plo.
All right, so I'm gonna roll perception here to find. So you said before there's about 3 stormtroopers
trying to run towards us, correct?
It was 4, yes.
There was 4. Okay, I want to roll perception just to see how close they are, what they think of me, if they do indeed perceive me as a friendly versus a foe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll a 15.
All right, so you turn behind you look behind you after seeing the scene that Gonzoro has made.
Yep.
You notice that you're probably pretty much directly in the middle of the stormtroopers and Gonzoro, but you also notice they've stopped moving toward you.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything?
No, I'm just gonna sit there and keep my blaster drawn. I'm gonna pretend like my full attention's on Gonzoro, but I want to subconsciously, or not subconsciously, just like pretend like I'm aiming there, but make sure all of my attention are on the 4 stormtroopers that have just been like held up by the speech there.
Okay.
Still pretend like I'm on their side.
Yeah. All right, Fasa.
I would assume that the fact that Arca is giving a speech would give me a little bit more of a bonus to stealth around and starting to unlock Wookiees. Can I argue for advantage?
If you do your turn after mine, you'd get it.
I'll hold my action until after hers. That's
All right.
So Ryan, I'm gonna do the all eyes on me.
hell yeah.
So since I'm doing something dramatic, all creatures that can see me within 30 feet have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Or they're charmed and are incredibly distracted, and so attacks against them have advantage and their attacks have disadvantage.
Hell yeah. What class are you playing? This is rad.
Senator.
Senator class, yeah.
Damn.
All right.
All right, hold on just a moment. I can do a quick whiz assumption. All right, so only one of them isn't taken in by the speech.
Okay.
Is this a prestige class, Senator?
It's kind of like a homebrew noble.
Yeah, she was pulling from, it's very similar to Noble, but she was pulling from different source material, but I thought it was pretty cool, so we're playing it.
I probably would have made a different choice if I'd known that was an option, but maybe my next character fought the dies.
It wasn't an option.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna be like, friends, allies, it has come to my attention as senator in charge of all of you, and I'm like looking at them, as my new friends have opened my eyes. We should not be keeping these Wookiees in such disrepair.
The clone trooper and the officer that were in the security building also walk down the stairs and like stand in front of you, in front of your soapbox, and start listening.
Now I am mandating, effective immediately, a change in base protocol. There will no longer be slaves. We are to free all the Wookiees, though I'm not sure what they'll do once they're free, because we don't really have ships or anything to give them or get them anywhere. But regardless, I am demanding the immediate release, the immediate peaceful release of all Wookiees and other slaves on the base. And I'm like, I don't like that. I was like, ugh. And to not harm my friends, Fossa, and his friends. But really don't harm Fossa. It's wonderful, and he gave me a gift.
Hi.
All right. What is the immediate? So they have. What is the immediate effect on them, as far as what their reaction, what they can react to, and how they're able to
So
react?
if they're charmed, they just pretty much do anything I say.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So the one
Unless they're
stormtrooper,
attacked or
they're like trying to, the one stormtrooper that didn't fall prey to the speech is like, what are you guys doing? We have something to take care of. And is like trying to get their attention. He's like, hello, hello, hello. And he turns around and continues running. He's like, I'll take care of it myself. And turns and keeps running towards Gonzoro. The other 6 now look over at him and are like, dude, chill out. Everything's fine. They're gonna take care
the
of us.
senator told us to let them go. We're gonna let them
Senator,
go.
like, we just have new orders. Just listen to the new orders. Sometimes the Empire changes its mind. And then the officer starts heading back towards the guard. He's like, I'll take care of it. I've got a master switch in here. So he starts walking into the security room. Fossa.
All right. I don't necessarily know if I need to stealth now because they literally pointed me out. But since I guess I'll still roll stealth as if like I'm just following her orders, and I'll like go and unlock all the Wookiees' chains or like however they're being kept in slavery.
Do a quick perception too.
Yeah. Hey, net 20. With that, it's 30.
All right. So you're heading toward. You take just a panoramic view, and you see that there's the majority of the troopers are gathered around Arca, and but your concern is more with the clone troopers that are still enforcing the work of the Wookiees, who are now continually more and more riled up because they just have this feeling that something's happening. There's something big happening here.
Uh-huh.
I see what's happening here, and so you still have some concern about the clone trooper that's ahead of you as you move towards this group of Wookiees, but he doesn't see you as a threat. He just has more of a sense of confusion.
Can I do stealth to go in and free that group of Wookiees?
You're gonna have to do some good describing. I'm not saying you can't, but
Oh yeah.
No.
Of course. So could you explain like what the clone trooper here is doing? Like, is he like looking up to where the senator is speaking?
This clone trooper isn't anywhere near the senator. You're like on the other side of the city block.
But is his attention being drawn by the senators?
No.
Okay.
He's looking at the group of Wookiees still enforcing the labor.
And so the labor are they in the building like itself, or are they on the outside?
The trooper is out of the building, and the Wookiees are kind of all chained. Like there's basically a stake, and they have just enough chain to get them as far as they need to go within the building and as far as they need to go out of the building to drop the stuff off. And the trooper is on the outside.
All right, I would like to do like a combat roll and just start like army crawling towards this stake, because I'm out. My plan here is to uproot the stake.
Don't trip on your ears.
I mean, it is essentially Gungan nature to be clumsy, but
Exactly.
Yeah, you should get a minus for stealth.
Exactly.
hey, I wouldn't go that far.
You're a Gungan Jedi, so.
Yeah.
Maybe you're made up for a little bit.
What do you need me to do? Do I need to roll stealth?
You need to roll stealth, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to roll it against the will defense of the clone trooper. Or the reflex.
Okay, so all right. What are the odds of rolling a natural 20 after rolling a natural 20? I am not shitting you here.
1 in 20.
It's literally a nat 20.
I mean, 1 in 20 every time you roll it, but maybe not 2 1 in 20s in a row.
Do you want me to teach you basic statistics, Ryan?
Well, you get a 1 in 20 chance every roll of getting a natural 20.
It's a 5% chance.
It's compounding every single time.
Right, it's 1 in 20 times 1 in 20, so it's a 0.0025 chance.
Right.
Right.
That's not that low.
0.0025, less than a 2. It's less than a 1% chance.
But he
It's
did it.
1 in 400.
Yeah.
But he did it.
But I did it. Never tell me the odds, Ryan.
Go. Okay, well, you obviously successfully start army crawling towards this thing.
Yeah.
And the clone trooper is a little bit past it, or in front of it, so he wouldn't necessarily see. You're still behind him, so you wouldn't necessarily see, but you do reach the stake and are able to grab it, but you don't have an action until your next turn.
Cool. I'll do that next turn.
All right, Kier, still with his butter knife in the wall, has now cut open a circle large enough for himself and you to climb through, and he sort of just peeks through, and he's like, "Yep, I think this is the place." And it sounds like he's just doing some weird voice, but he says, "After you, my dear," and just like gestures towards the hole for you to go in.
Okay, I glare at him, and I'm just like, okay, I'll go first. T1T, you pull up the caboose, because I want him to keep an eye on Kier. I don't trust him behind me.
Mm.
Not to buzz me again. Let's see. So I have my blaster pistol. Is this like a tunnel? Is it dark or? I mean, I can see in low light. I guess it's not an issue for me actually. I have low light vision. Okay. So I'll lead the way. Blaster pistol in hand. Where are we going?
You're freeing the. This is kind of where the Wookiee cages are.
Okay.
But you're kind of going in on the word that this is on his word that this is where they're at.
On Kier's word or on Foss's?
On Kier's word. I mean, Kier's going in on Foss's word, but you're going in on Kier's word that
this is correct.
That this is actually the right spot.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'll continue forward. Blaster pistol up, just in case I see anything, and yeah, just move forward until I get to where some Wookiees are.
All right, so you climb into the hatch, and Kier follows you in there, and TONT goes to go in. His shoulders get stuck in the hole, and he's not able to squeeze in.
Okay. Well, I turn around to Kier. You need to make this bigger. This isn't an option. TONT's coming with us.
And he looks at his lightsaber and he's like, I'm sorry, the energy cell in my lightsaber is not, it's not going to, there's not enough in it for me to make this hole any larger.
Okay.
It is off. It is back in the hill. Like there's no more light being emitted from it. So you just don't know.
Okay. I don't trust this son of a bitch. But okay. All right. So I turn to T1T. Hey, thank you. I think I can handle myself. Can you please find Fossa and make sure he's okay? Fossa and Plo, make sure they're okay. And so at that point, so I move back to T1T behind Kier, and I'm telling this to T1T, and he's fine with it. And I turn back to Kier. Okay, I'm fine with going ahead, but you're first now.
He said, "Well, I don't have any weapons. Like, what am I supposed to do?"
You have your finger lightning, right? Go ahead, go.
He pulls out the sand trooper hand and says, "All right," and just like holds it in front of him, like a pistol.
This son of a bitch.
Guys, I know Jason told you to say, Jason, I know. Brian, when you can, bring up the sand trooper hand.
Okay, I look down at the hand.
It's sacred.
Hey, I look down at the hand and I just kind of, I don't really do anything. I just kind of like shrug, look up at him. Hey, you have more protection than I thought. Go ahead.
and laughing, he puts it back in and pulls out his blaster pistol.
Good. Son of a bitch.
Well, fucking shit.
And I pointed at his
Anything
back
about
as we
that.
continue.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a funny I just thought it was funny. Like, bring out your finger lightning.
Yeah.
No, she's right though. She's right. Fucking, that was the perfect Jason playing his little cocky character like that.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Gonzoro, where's he at? Where's Mike at?
He is napping on the couch.
All right.
What the fuck? We're in the middle of it.
Yeah. No
Mike.
kidding.
Is he
No
napping
kidding.
or-
Case you're dating our father.
Yeah. I need a Sharpie.
Draw something Star Wars related on his face.
Yeah.
Draw an
I'll draw a
X-wing.
lightsaber, a
Draw an
big
X-wing into his
lightsaber.
mouth.
Like a
Yeah.
limp lightsaber.
Yeah.
All right, so does that mean we're ending here tonight?
I think we should just end on that.
God damn it, Mike.
I'm awake.
Yeah. He sounds it, right?
Oh yeah.
No wonder he was fucking chugging Gatorade during the middle. I might have known.
I might have known.
All right, do you want to end? Do we want to end here?
Yeah, I mean, because everything we do is pretty reliant on
Pretty
Gonzoro.
pivotal at this point. I feel like a lot of your
Snapped
guys'
his stormtrooper.
actions.
I mean, he just snapped his stormtrooper neck, so that's pretty pivotal for the rest of us.
Righto. All right. Let me stop our recording.